So weird. Okay, this deck doesn't really belong in a deck with that, in my opinion. And not attacking here means he values his Pyromancer either over 2 health if I counterattack or getting rid of my mana dude. None of that makes any sense to me. Maybe get some... We have double Salvager in hand, so we might get some value out of that mill. Wizard synergy. He is blue-red. Maybe there's some wizard synergy in this. I don't know what the... There wasn't wizard synergy in 19, but I haven't played 20 or 21, so I don't know. Six total mana. He's gonna mill me, right? Is this better or worse? I think it's better to have that in the graveyard than not have it in the graveyard, right? Happy to have him mill them both. Okay. Wonder if I should have put land bottom regardless, just to up the chance that he mills something valuable for me. I think with the one right there, I don't think so. Okay, made it fly. And milled me a bunch more. It's fine. Oh, it's not. I actually was thinking this was my removal, the tap down one, but this is the fly one, huh? Okay. Primal Might just went into the graveyard, so we can bring that back, which is nice. It's a fight spell though, right? So I gotta survive it. Oh god. Alright, this is now a 7/7 flying weird. Can it block? What is Fur the Bitten? Attacks each turn if able. Six mana. Opponent's got 1,000,000 health. This is 8 now. So I can Salvager it. It's really telegraphed though, and I've got to survive in the meantime. Actually, so to prevent dying, I have to block it with the fucking Boreal Elemental, I guess. I have to Salvager here and just call it, that's it. That's all I get. It's pretty rough. I could play this salvage next turn with the Might, but it's not enough to kill it. It's the problem. I gotta have some base power on the board. Feels bad. Feels bad. Can't play around removal right now, I don't think. I think I'm in the chump blocking business right now. Can I take 8 right now? Man, I'd love to. Can't go to 2 here though. I'll never be able to attack again. I do have a clock because of this. Alright. So I think we have exacties to trade. We really would have loved the mana there. Is that right? I've got 6 mana, so I can +5/+5. It comes in 8/8, and I 2-for-1 myself after he already 2-for-1'd us. Could just block again. Might get bigger though. And what else are we playing? Like nothing. That's so bad for us. That's so bad, chat. You guys see any other way to do it? Yeah, it could chump block with the Sprite, but the problem is his weird thing grows, and mine doesn't. So I'm real concerned. Like, I could play the Sprite but not play the Warden, so I can't get a bigger body out on the board. And next round, if I don't draw mana and he draws a spell, the Weird is out of range of being able to be Primal Minded at all, which means I just lose to the card if I don't remove it. I think I had to do that. It just really sucks to have to have done that. Down to 13 cards in deck too. We need to get cracking on the damage here. Actually, this is a fucking... I mean, I can decline. It's an option, but it's still a big ground attacker. 4/4 Flying Haste. That's annoying. Okay. Six mana again. I kind of want to play this. Do I have to? I do have to draw 2 cards, so it kills my turn by 1 more. But we've got our big fat flyer in the air that doesn't get damage otherwise. The 4/4 is just a trade, which is pretty unexciting. Okay. Shit, what do I discard here? The axe? Definitely not this. Definitely not that. 1 more land, we can combo that again. Probably playing the Sprite. Maybe the Surge Mare? Shit, do I just remove the dragon? So right now I'm dead to removal. Shit, I think I might just remove the dragon. All right. So we have to lethal on this turn. I have 8 damage. He's at 9, chat. Top deck key to kill us. All right, so I have 7. But I have 8 damage anyway. I look at this, right? So I can remove the flyer with Salvager. Can't block his stuff. If I attack with all 6, 7, 8, 9, he's forced to block. He blocks this one, lets the rest go through, and I'm dead. I can't remove a card. Don't have card draw. Salvager for Primal. Primal. So what is this mana-wise? So 5 for that, 1 to cast it. I can get +1/+1. This becomes a 7. I remove that, hit him for 7. He's forced to block both. I have no blocker back. I'm at 2. I'm dead. Nah, I have 1 blocker back, but I'm still dead. How do I live for 1 more turn? But he can make any... Oh, it's a 2-1. The other ones aren't enough to lethal me. I see. Actually should have really considered what I brought back here. I did. Confirm 0. Target creature I control. Target creature I don't control. Okay, this is always going to be a blocker. I can never block that. So it's attack, attack, like that. Okay. Thanks, chat. I did miss killing the 2-1. It's actually a really good call. Dude, another flyer that draws him a card. All right, so we're fucked. I don't think there's any way I can get rid of that. Maybe the last card is my last card, Capture Sphere, or the one that taps down. Sleep Paralysis is in there. Capture Sphere is in there. Anyway, I can kill him on board. He's at 7. This has to go through. It can't. He's gonna block that. We die to draw. Unreal. Unreal, the fucking Manifold Key top deck. The problem is he can ignore all of our ground creatures except this one, and he has got a block for that. I need another way to remove that. Yeah. I hate to give him the win here. I don't feel like he deserves the win. But he does. Okay. Yeah, he drew out of a hole for sure. You mean everything about that, right? The Sky Scanner removes 1 extra turn from our clock before we mill out, which means I don't get to attack twice with my 6/8 fucking, or 8/8 flyer, I guess, 8/7 flyer with the axe kind of deal. Draws a flyer to prevent the lethal attack. Like, it's pretty painful. Pretty painful. All right, let's draft again. Feels bad. All right. Oh man, your points. Rip your points for sure. Wait, was there no reward at whatever we fucking finished at? There must have been. Okay. All right. I remember this game. I remember this game triggering my salt index pretty high. Pretty highly. Hype? That's not a hype for me, man. Not a hype for me at all. All right, so we got a little bit of a sense. The Warden card is actually pretty good. Deck was what we thought it was. Pretty bad. Thank you, Godless Donut, for the 7 months. Welcome back. It's tilting to see shit like that. Like, that key card is really questionable. He has, like, a lot of his cards were, like, go face red cards, but then he has, like, his mill in there as well. Like, that strategy doesn't make sense together. Like, one is you're trying to kill the other guy before he gets time to react with all these tempo cards and unblockable shit and flyers, and the other was, like, I'm just hoping to mill them randomly. Just, I don't know, man. I don't feel like I, Hey, ward it. I don't know, man. Your deck seemed like weirdly not synergetic. And that key top deck crushed our morale, ward it. Crushed our morale. Okay. You deserve it? Okay. All right. Pack 1, pick 1. We've got a 6-mana 4/4 flyer that scries 2 on entering the battlefield, or we've got a 7/7 trample worm that heals us. And we're gonna take the worm. I actually really like worm.
Fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
I'll take it, ward it. That's full value for me. If you're subbing after that game, I appreciate it. All right, I'll grab worm. I think the Sphinx is reasonable too. The flyers seem really good in this format, but I do like this card. This card does everything you want in a big green dumb dude, right? It's got trample, so it can't be chumped super easily. Draws you cards when it dies if it gets blanked, and gives you tempo by playing out this if you're racing. So this is like a really solid worm. It's a lot better than Colossus worm, although it doesn't feel like it necessarily. So we'll take our big dumb green worm. Guess I should have looked at the rest of the pack too. It's just been a while. Imagine losing the manifold key for sure. All right. What pops up here? The green card is bad. It's just the 2/4 spider. The best card in the pack is the Hellion, or maybe the, I don't like this card though. This card is, I mean, that card seems to have synergy with this card. This card is maybe okay. Black-green is maybe whatever. Black-green can be very frustrating, though. Not a lot of flyers, not a lot of ways. I mean, there's black removal in the core sets. This is between these two for me. They're equally speculative, right? We can splash this, I guess. This card is more powerful than that card, I feel like, though. I don't know. I like Hellion. I like Hellion in a series of, like, I like red-green and I lied. I don't like red-green. Red-green's okay. I don't know. I think it's between those two. It's pretty close for me. Huh. That card's really good. That card's pretty damn solid. Fits nicely with green creatures, giving them flying. Big tramplers with flying is terrifying to deal with. Don't love blue-green all that much. So white-blue duel doesn't help us at all. So random white speculation or try to build off what we have. There's also the mirror image, but I don't actually like mirror image all that much. I mean, it'd certainly be great with our worm, don't get me wrong. It's actually great with both our creatures. I still think it's Skyrider Patrol. Patrol is okay. It's very mana intensive. So like if you're ahead on the board, this card's great. And it's really good at busting stalemates, but it's also not very good for tempo, like surviving tempo with this. All right, green, blue. Green core with black or blue splashes, maybe both. Thank you, Crippled Bunny, for the sub. Appreciate it. I mean, this could just be a very unexciting giant spider. We could take the Strangling Spores as kind of unexciting removal if we end up more black. I don't think spider's strong enough to waste my time. I'd rather speculate spores. There's nothing else here that's that great. This is all right. But it's basically doing what our Skyrider Patrol does, but worse. So I'd rather just take this. Take the spores. Reassembling Skeleton. I like this guy. It's our second green-black already. There's some synergy between like Epicures and Poison Tip Archers for the Drain sequence, but it's not that exciting. It's like it was one of the core, one of the archetypes of M19, but I don't know that M20 and M21 did the same, so it feels like there's going to be less synergies. So Child of Night here is a 2-drop. It's whatever, kind of weak. Giant Spider is, again, whatever, is a 4-drop. I think I'm taking the Reassembling Skeleton and hoping to pull something that's relevant to it. Okay. There's no sideboard, so taking sideboard cards is not helpful. One or more of your creatures leave your graveyard, create a 1/1 bat token with flying. Dude, is it Reassembling Skeleton, Desecrated Tomb combo? Combo wombo? It's an Electrify. I think Electrify is probably better in this format than it was in M19. M19, it was like an awkward number. Like 4 didn't hit, like didn't give you any more reach than 3. But I bet you it does here. I mean, it's a really low-cost speculation. There's a Mind Rot in here as well, but I'm pretty far away from Electrify. I don't mind taking one Desecrated Tomb. We're probably not going to play it, but whatever. Thank you, Thaven, for the 4 months. All right, generic 2/2. A very nice 1/3 with blocking. A Salvager, a Field Creeper, and a Bog Stomper. What colors are we playing right now? We can't splash green. We're currently either green-blue splashing back black or green-black splashing blue. I think I'm on Omen Speaker here. I think it's just a much better card than Walking Corpse, right? And Walking Corpse is if I'm not committing to blue here, it's just moving towards it, that's all. This is quite shit. I mean, we could do our big dumb green creature payoff, I guess. It's funny and weird because we haven't actually taken another green card, just these green multicolor cards. I don't really like Skeleton Archer. I don't find a lot of targets in this format. There are Blade Touches later, or Blade Brands later, but Doom Dissenter is pretty solid if we're black, but if we're not, it's not. I think I might just be on the Dreadmaw. I think it's solid. I think it's a bit weak. That's interesting. Second Omen Speaker over here. All right, I'll take that. Moving a little closer to blue-green. 3/2 Flyer. It's a pretty weak one. It's really expensive. It doesn't trade well. Is that our first Salvager? We currently have one. I don't like this card. How's our curve? We got a bunch of 4-drops already. Fuck it. I'm going to take the Salvager. I didn't even notice a black enchantment. Gearsmith with blue-green. Seems okay. It's a 5-mana 5/5. It's got a big butt. The moment we look like we're splashing black, not playing it, I think it's fine to speculate on. I think it totally lost. Take a Child of Night. Take a Wall of Mist. Take a Forest. All right, I don't even know that we're green. This is green, black, blue. What does it do? It's a 3/5 Death Touch lifelink. The permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control. The ability triggers an additional time. So we got Gravedigger, which is just a solid card. It's okay to splash. I remember the spider being good. 2/3 that gets to become a 4/3 seems like a really solid spider. Cloudkin Seer looks pretty good too. Dude, are we playing this greedy ass fucking thing? We are. Lifelink is nice for a... It's not a flyer though. Dude, it's like never gonna do anything for us. I'm gonna take that. I think that's probably wrong. We're looking at Mythic there and saying something. Is there any universe in which we're not blue core right now? Soul Salvage is totally splashable. It's very solid. Risen Reef is blue-green, looking for elementals. Do we have any elementals? It's certainly an amazing card. I don't know how many more elementals are in here. That's an elemental horror. We could get synergy off of Yorick and Risen Reef. I don't think I'm playing core black. This card seems very solid, especially with something like Poison Tip. Oh, that's just deals damage, doesn't gives me life. It's less exciting too. I don't want to commit to like double black. There's a negate there. No, I was thinking the Essence guy. I'll take that, it's fine. Alright, draw a card, then discard a card for 1. It's okay. What's Blight Beetle? Protection from green. Creatures you control, your opponents control can have +1/+1 counters on them. That's a very nice card too, I guess, but it's not going to help us if we're going multicolored. So this pack is really bad for us. There's some black cards that we're not really planning on playing at the moment. I mean, we're not really trying to do the tomb thing, I don't think. I'm not even sure we're splashing. I guess we are splashing black, but we're splashing for Strangling and Yorick, right? So we don't want to be splashing for things like this. Is hardcover any good? It seems terrible. It seems so bad. Do we play that card? Do we speculate on being black and grab like... Fuddle's a really medium trick. I'll try hardcover. It seems bad, but I haven't played it, so a part of me wants to check it out. Splash that, be all right. What is this? 7. That doesn't have trample. That's useless. So it's either the Axe or the Soul Salvage. Soul Salvage is definitely a stronger individual card. I think I'll take a Soul Salvage. Find an Axe later. Hardcover's card draw. It's selection, right? Not draw. So there's a Rapid Bite there. Looks great. There's an Elemental Druid to go with our Risen Reef. Hopefully that wheels. That's a mana dork though. They don't wheel. This is hard though. It's between those. This card's okay too. Dude, Flame Sweep's still fucking here. I think I have to take the removal. Blue-green tends to be really removal light, but I'm really tempted by this Druid. I don't know what this does. 1 damage to any target. It's pretty fucking bad.
Another
Care Bear gifting subs. Thank you very much, Care Bear.
Space.
So we got a 3/3 Defender Fish. Seems fine. A shitty Wand. Or a 2/4 who searches for creatures. Alright. I guess. Fenlurker, Bone to Ash, Duress. We're currently green something. Probably green-blue. This card does not feel like it fits in our deck. This Raptor. It's a 2/1 first strike flyer worth it for 4. We ever going to be able to hold mana up? We spend mana here. Doesn't really feel like we're holding mana up very often. Do I just take it over the Raptor? Not taking a Duress. I don't know. Depends on the power level. This card seems good for us. We need early game. Flash Combat Trick that sticks is kind of nice. I don't hate Corsair. We have no 3-drop. That's not true. The Risen Reef. All right. I take Jungle Hollow here, but I'm a little salty about it. I kind of want... There's a 2 and a 3-drop, and we kind of need those creatures. But if I'm going to splash this black, right? Got to have some option to do it. The Spider Wield. What a great 3-drop. I'm excited about that. Okay. Black-red duel doesn't get us anywhere. Bone Splinter. We have a Resembling Skeleton. We're probably not playing it. I don't want a Frilled Sea Serpent. I could deny a Bloodfell Caves, but it's really minimal impact. I didn't even see this last time. So I take the Bone Splinter. I'm not sure we're playing it yet. Befuddle or Blade Brand. I think I'll take a Befuddle. I don't know how many sources of black mana I'm going to have yet. The Axe did wheel. I'll take it. All right, one more pack to round this out. I'll take a 1 mana 1/1 Death Toucher. Doesn't seem amazing so far in this format, but maybe. All right. Ooh, I think that's fixing, right? So what else is in here? I can no longer see my cards. It's awkward. Would have liked to have seen my cards game. Enters the battlefield. Search your library for basic land. Put it into your battlefield. And when he dies, you draw a card. Seems great. What do the other cards do? Sanctum of Calm Waters. Legendary enchantment. They draw X cards. Oh, it's card selection. I have to pay 4 for it too. It's not that good. That's okay. Card seems good. I'm gonna take the Golem. I like mana fixing a lot. Scavenger Ooze, that's a payoff, right? So there's black removal, which is gonna be tough for us. A counter, a 4/3 lifelinker for 5. What does this thing do? 5 mana 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name. So you want duplicates in your deck. I don't think we're gonna get any value out of that right now. Take the Ooze. Ooze is a great card anyways. It's graveyard hate. It's a recurring, it's a threat that gets bigger over time, and it's healing. It's so good. And it's main color green too. All right, so we have no mana dorks right now. Our deck is a little slow and clunky. I'm really worried about tempo. We have 1 removal card right now, which is really low. Just a single Rabid Bite. And I guess Strangling Spores if we are splashing black, which we probably are forced to. Yeah, Soul Salvage. Liliana. Each player discards a card. Each opponent who can't loses 3 life. Target creature gets -/-X. It's not even that good. It's hard to play at double black. We're never going to get it at a reasonable time. Fuck. I don't want to play any of these cards. I was really hoping for a better card than that. I could just Mythic draft it. I mean, there's a bunch of black cards we're not playing. This is a more expensive Soul Salvage. This is a black combat trick we're not playing. There's no blue or green at all, besides the Wall of Ruins, which is definitely a scam.
Address me as Queen of the
Triple
Dead,
black,
please.
7 mana card. Okay. So we've got a Visionary. Seems like a really solid pick for us. Finishing Blow would be nice as a splash. That's a good card to splash for us. I think the Visionary is too valuable. We have to hope we wheel 5 mana black instant removal, which we won't. All right. Mana Dork. I mean, we haven't seen a blue card in like... We saw a bunch of blue in pack 1 and we haven't seen blue since. It's kind of annoying. That's really weak fixing. Bunch of stuff we're not playing. This card is not playable. Do I want a 5 mana 7/3? I really don't. Kite Sail, we're not really black. You're not going to play this. You're not going to splash this, right? Am I possibly playing the Prismite? It seems very unlikely. All right, we're just going to rare draft. No, we aren't. All right, 4 mana 3/3 who grows when shit dies seems fine. Bunch of nice cards in here for colors we're not. So that's what we're getting. More black than blue at this point. But I remember the blue is not being splashable, right? I am much more black than blue, but I think I'm forced blue from the early game off the Omen speakers, and then the black is splashable where the blue isn't. So I don't know if I have a choice. What is this thing? 2/3 cat. Other cats you control get +1/+1 in protection from dogs. Whenever one or more cats you control deals combat damage player, destroy up to 1 target. I mean, that's still a 3 mana 2/3 with text on it. I think that's good enough. I don't want this card. The spider was interesting too. There's a Warden for our top end. 4 mana 3/3 that has a really shitty upside. We could take a Dart. It's a really bad removal spell, but it is a removal spell. We only have 1. Do we pass up Warden for Dart though? This card wasn't that great. It was pretty, I mean, the Vigilance was nice, but we couldn't get through on the ground. I think I'm forced to take Dart. We have literally 1 removal spell. It's really painful. Another Mauler. Artifact or Enchantment or Exile Hate. Revitalize. This card did not seem good. I guess I take the Mauler. It's our first Mauler. I didn't take the first one apparently. Take a Lofty Denial, but I'm not excited by it. These cards are all not playable. Another dart. Oh, punished for the other dart pick. Do we ever play 2 darts? I don't know. Alright. Okay. We did put it in our sideboard randomly. Alright. Was there a way to get away from green-blue core there? Can we be green-black, for example, splashing blue? We have no blue fixing. We only have 1 card of fixing. 2, I guess, with the Simulacrum. We have to be green core. What is our blue versus our black? Our black is definitely stronger. In which case, maybe we should have been picking up some of those black creatures. Yeah, maybe I missed that. I think the Omen speakers were really pushing me towards blue. So I don't really care about Salvager. I do a little bit. We have plenty of Totally Lost, Bone to Ash, Befuddle are real medium. Lofty Denial is bad. Wall of Ruins is terrible. Hardcover was something we wanted to play. Yeah, so I got baited by the Omen speakers and leaving the mediocre blue cards in. This feels bad. Risen Reef is something I want to play. Do I want to play it in curve? I only have 2 elementals in the deck. It's not very exciting. So what happens if we build green-black? This is 47 cards. We're still over. Wouldn't play Salvager then. We'd splash Skyrider and Yerek. I don't know if we splash Risen Reef on 1. So at the moment we have 1/1 drop, no 2 drop, 1/2 drop, 1, 2, 3 3 drops. We're not playing Desecrated Tomb unless we play black. Even then, it's really questionable. I mean, what are we even recurring? Creature cards leave you a graveyard, so it triggers off Soul Salvage, it triggers off Resembling Skeleton, but I don't think that was a serious pick, right? That was just a cheap opportunity cost pick. This card wants blue cards as well. So Wall of Mist, which we can play as well. We don't have flyers necessarily. We're kind of a dirtle fucking deck with no removal. It's a bit scary. Can use anything. Yep. That's true. I guess technically removing to exile counts as that too. Huh. That's interesting. How strong is Liliana? It's a minus that... Dude, each player discard a card is kind of annoying. I guess if you do it late, you're just draining them for 3 life. Certainly going to motivate attacks. Get 2 more blue creatures off of Yerek and Skyrider Patrol if we're playing them. I don't know, chat. All of these cards, like the black mass blackguard rather, seems fine. It's a very expensive ambusher. Well, it's cheap until you actually try to block something bigger with it, rather. But what if we didn't play these? What if we don't play Reassembly Skeleton, don't play Mass Blackguard, don't play Freebooter, don't play Bone Splinters? So we're splashing for Spores, Soul Salvage, and Yerek. And what is this? This is 38 right now with this deck. So if we take this and we add in the 2 Omen Speakers for early game, really considering that Wall of Mist. Oh, and the Poison Tip could call. But those are all splashables, right? Yerek, Poison Tip, Strangling Spores, Soul Salvage. These are all conditional things. If we go blue-green primary, we can play the Risen Reef, which seems good enough. I think that's good enough. I mean, Bone Splinter is actually playable in this deck too, with Omen Speakers hanging out, the Risen Reef hanging out after it's done its stuff. Also good synergy with the double Sabertooth Maulers to be able to force the creatures to die in a round. Maybe we go down to 1 Silent Dart. I would love to play Soul Seeker. I mean, our mana's going to be a bitch. Or Salvager, rather. Gearsmith might be asking for it. We do have blue creatures, so it makes a big butt, which is nice. Don't really want to be... I mean, we have a fair number of blue creatures at this point. 3, 4, 5 blue creatures. 6 if we bring in the Salvager. Seems weird not to play a Planeswalker here, but I don't actually care that much. We need 3 cards out. We have 1 Rabid Bite, 1 Silent Dart, and 1 Strangling Spores, and 1 Bone Splinter. I don't actually want to remove any of those. Is the Axe any good in our deck? We get a lot of value out of Axe. It's okay with Omen Speakers. It's a good use of mana. We have a fair amount of other things to do. It's good on Tramplers. Those seem kind of weak to me. A lot of 4-drops. Is this card good? It lets us dirtle with mana. Just don't know if that's good enough to do something with. Maybe it's Wall of Mist out. Maybe we cut these 3 here. Figure out the mana in a second. What's the creature count? I guess clicking my buttons doesn't tell me. 18. Yeah, there's colorless mana on the Axe for sure. Maybe Salvager's greedy with the amount of blue we have in this deck. Especially if we're only trying to keep 1. If we're trying to be, we're going to have to mess with the mana. We need heavy green and a splash of the other colors, right? Could play the Prismite to force mana. It's not very exciting, but it's something. Blue is whatever. I think our win con is flying though, right? Like I couldn't get through in the ground last series of games, right? So part of me doesn't think we're gonna do that again. And our early game gets really bad if I play black instead of blue. The Risen Reef really doesn't become playable. The Omen Speakers aren't playable. We don't have a better creature than Omen Speaker early. I think it's that. No Salvager. All right, so what are we doing with lands? We need way more than 7 forest here. At least 8 forest. Probably more. That's 8 green sources. We don't need 5 swamp and 5 of the other. If I bring this down to 3, how sad am I? How do I minus this? Why is there only plus? What's minus? Thought it'd be right click, but right click doesn't. Click the swamp, okay.
You have returned.
In a short sentence, the theme of this new season is?
Theme of the new season for the slow among you, thank you. Learning. This is currently core set. I haven't played the actual release for this season. So I don't know. All right, what is this for land? 7, 10, 13, 14. Currently 4 black sources, 5 with the... It's gotta be more blue and less black, huh? What is this? 5, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 black sources, 4 with the guy, 5 blue. 5 blue with Omen Speakers are a little rough. We need 1 more anyways. All right, what is that? 6, 7, 8, 16, 17. 6 blue, 7 blue, I guess, with the Solemn Simulacrum. 5 black, 10 forest. Okay. Do we want to run 18 lands? No, we do not. We have 17, right? 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. All right. Do we get anywhere with this deck? Anything we could do stronger? Part of me wants the Resembling Skeleton in, but it's really hard to do that with no black mana. It's an early game stuff that gets better later. Got our removal splash in there. We're not taking advantage of Tomb. So the payoff cards really are these stupid maulers. A fair amount of draw. We're real weak to flyers, right? Got 1 reach creature there, 1 reach creature there. 0 flyers. That's not true. 1 flyer. Dude, Scout's probably not going to be that great either. Just a butt, huh? Thanks, Partholon. Anyone see any really glaring omissions? How good is Brightwood Tracker compared to a Salvager? This card seems bad, man. I have to have 6 open mana to interact with this. We have a lot of creatures. 2/4 is awful stats. Maybe that. All right, let's try this. All right, do we have predictions set up? I have mods in channel to run the predictions for us. And let's give it a whirl. Prismite with Reef. He doesn't trigger that. It's very expensive doing that too. Okay. Warping my mana for Omen Speakers. You got it wrong. It's not warping my mana for Omen Speakers. It's warping my mana to fit in the power cards, Yarick, Skyrider, etc. And we just happen to be blue because our early game is blue. Our early game black is not very good in my opinion. I gotta play the islands somewhere anyways for the other cards. I think we want island with this. I don't know. Trying to get power level. Maybe the Gearsmith comes in instead of the Salvager. How many blue creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/5's a big boy. Nah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know quite how to respond to that comment, Bada Bing, in the sense that I disagree with you. I can go on for the rationale, but I've already kind of explained my rationale. Like naming the deck. Hey, perfect mana. Now the cards leave a little bit to be desired, but okay. Did we get the Marauder's Axe in here? We did, right?
Our modest fellowship
Minnesota
expands.
Moose with the sub. Thanks.
Praise the sub.
1/1 protection from white. +2/+0 while attacking. That is really unfortunate that I have no cards in my deck to do anything. And we got a turn 5 Yarick, I guess. Ah, thanks, Tristan. Would have been nice to be able to do something before turn 4. I'm really glad that came out though. That's so useless for him right here. Interesting. So I need to challenge this. I need to challenge this. Dude, I think it's just literally fucking Omen Speaker here, as bad as it feels. Problem is if I Simulacrum, he just detonates, right? So I have no blocker and take 3 again, even though I get to develop land a little bit. No promise we get to 6. I could just Strangling Spores it. It's pretty unexciting. I need the Rabid Bite for the dragon. I have 2 for that. I could Rabid Bite the fucking 1/3. But then he can just... Dude, I don't know, man. Mana efficient. I mean, we're definitely behind here. Are we behind enough that I have to be worried about mana efficiency? Dude, I hate doing this. I'm a bit scared though. Feels so bad. I got spores for the dragon. I need just pressure off the board to buy some time. Our hand is strong. We'll see. I think he's considering blowing up his dragon egg, for real. Ah, village rights dragon egg. That's nice. This thing can hit me for 5. Scary. Thanks, Minnesota Moose. I'm a lot worse at this game than Ben is, though. Like a lot worse. Can't block it. Five fucking 4. Dude, there's so many things wrong here. So if we play this card, we're committing to blocking the elemental with both. That's fine unless he has any combat trick, and then it's not fine. Alternatively, we're chumping with Omen Speaker and strangling Spores the dragon this turn. Next turn, we'd have to hit land doing that. This is not quite enough value. It's 3 power. This is 4. I could do this, but it just seems worse. I think I'm doing this and getting lifelink out of it. It feels really shit. But I don't think any of my other plays work here. I have to hope he just plays a creature and tells me it's my turn. Maybe that 1/3 removal was too loose. I mean, we haven't had the mana to do anything else since. Okay. He does, in fact, have an answer. This is what happens when you can't play a card till turn fucking 4. All right. So we're guaranteed 5, up to 5 in the air. Dude, how do we not draw cards that do anything? It's so frustrating. This goes up phase too if it wants to, right? Yeah. Problem is this is just a chump, and a chump doesn't get us anywhere here. So what is the answer here? So we can't play this, it gets removed, end step. We can play these, but they're just chumping. So this is strangling spores. Take 5, take 7. It's so bad. Okay. If I'm lucky, he invests mana into the Dragon Whelp, and we slow down his progression here. No. Okay, so we're at 2 right now. It's not quite enough damage. Have to play creatures that are bigger than 2 toughness, or I can't beat the explosive apparatus. I'm gonna play this for mana efficiency. I don't know what. I hate revealing cards like Silent Dart, but. Alright, he's got 1 card left in hand and a top deck. There's all sorts of ways we can die. And there's not a lot of ways we can win. 4 mana, 3/3s, turning out to not be as exciting as initially presumed. Seems like 4 toughness is a good value so far. Really difficult for me to deal with. I can't double spell still. Can't play a card that I have to just chump again. It's so fucking frustrating. This explosive apparatus has been ungodly good versus our hand, right? Like so many times we wanted to play this guy and just chump, draw a card, get a land out. It would have been immensely good. But the two damage is just crushing us. So sad. On board removal that he gets value out of because he doesn't do anything each turn. Dude, I haven't drawn a land in like 5 turns. Needed one for the Dreadmaw. Dreadmaw is the way we get back in this game. So I think we are rip, right? There's no way. I have to draw a 2-drop with this. How does it work? So I have to hit a Omen Speaker off the top here. I got 1 left in deck. An Ooze is okay as well. We're dead here. Ugh. Frustrating hand, man. Bunch of 3/3s for 4 and no tempo. If he blows this up, we can see it. Okay. Unlucky game? Eh. Yep, for sure. Certainly didn't help. Certainly didn't work out well. The only real decision that game we made was the Rabid Bite. And I don't know if that mattered one way or the other, the Rabid Bite, quite honestly. We killed his 3/1 for mana usage. Otherwise, we'd just have an extra Rabid Bite in hand. Did we ever have a 4-power creature out? We never did, right? Yeah. Feels pretty bad. All right, how's this hand? We got blue and green mana. Seems fine. It's not exciting, but we have Scry. We don't want our first draw to be a land, I don't think. Unless it's a black land, I guess. Yep. First draw is a land, not a black land. Rip. I don't have black mana. It's not a very exciting card on this board. Anyways, he's playing white weenies. I think it's both bottom. I could put it so this is on top and then we Risen Reef for the land. Does the land go into play off Risen Reef? Or it does. So we could ramp by leaving a land 2 down. But then we're forced to draw this card, which is a dead card. What are we ramping into? So we play Risen Reef. We have 6 a turn after and we only have a 4-drop. It's pretty fucking unexciting. I think I might just take my chances with it. I think a random card is better than ramping here. Fucking nailed it, chat. That decision was the core. It was actually the only decision of the game besides mulliganing or not. And we made the correct decision. We beat him with it. It's not results thinking, results-oriented thinking. It's just fact. Just pure fact. Easy win. Bringing us from the 0-1 bracket to the 1-1 bracket. Chat, I think it might be time to make a guide video. Let me teach you about this format. All right, all the colors of mana. I can't do anything again. We're going second again. I can't throw away 3 lands, 4 spells in draft with all of our mana colors here. But we got to draw some of our early game, or our opponent needs to be slow. I'm expecting 1-drops. Well, that's an improvement. It's, does it matter what I play here? I don't remember if there's any double green early. I don't think there is. Dude. Easy feline fucking sovereign. Look at this. Look at this glorious specimen. All right. Here's what I want to happen. I want him to blank here, miss lands. No, this is no. All right. I would have loved to have drawn a land. will make our only play. If we get one land, we're good, right? Simulacrum will like pull us out. We can cast the rest of our spells, presumably. So Sovereign kills artifacts, which is kind of weird if it connects. Doesn't even have to attack, it's just deal combat damage. If there's any ways to deal combat damage without attacking. Fucking game, man. Alright, so we started with 3 lands, went second, drew 4 times, didn't get to 4 lands. Alright. This is no skittering surveyor, is it? This block is super sketch. But I'm bleeding health, getting no value out of this cat. Sure. It's only a 1 mana +3/+2. I haven't seen this card before. Okay. Wouldn't have played. I mean, if I'd known the exact card, would I play differently? Maybe. So I'm excited about the land. What I'm not excited about is 4 mana open on a blue deck, right? I think we're gonna play into a counterspell here and get punished. I'll play this card. It blocks challenges the air. I don't think I can wait. I mean, I guess maybe I wait and Strangling Spores on his turn, but any development of any creature and Strangling Spores basically is like useless, right? It's too slow. So I think I want to try to get something on the board that slows this down. Welcome back to MTG. Yep. Why didn't I attack? Because if I attack, he just takes 2. He has no artifacts to be destroyed, so I get no value out of attacking with this. And then he hits me back for 4. So he can sack it to avoid any problems here. Can also just combat trick it. Sure, I'm fine with that. No, I don't think he missed. I don't know if he missed reach or not. Honestly, the sack to he could have been just testing for 2 damage and then make this a 3/2. He could have wanted to 2 for 1. It's not even a 2 for 1 because the Cloudson Skier drew him a card when he entered the board, right? So there's a lot of reasons he could want to play the combination he just played, even if it doesn't feel particularly great. All right, we want Island, I guess. Let's hope this doesn't get countered. Nice. No counters. Okay. Sarkhan's Unsealing. That's not good news for us. So we can bring the cat back. The cat can actually kill that. So what is he nuking me for? Based on the cards in his hand, it's 4, 5, or 6. No. 4 damage. So I can play the Dreadmaw, which is just bigger than his board. I can try to play the cat out, but the cat can get deleted. Could draw first off this, but I'm not super excited by that news. I think this is just slam Dreadmaw. You said no counters up till now. I don't know if there was one card that was like if you have 1 more mana, right? So let's just play around that just in case. Okay. Is this constructed? No, this is draft. So we're out of range of the Unsealing. Have a little bit of removal in hand. It's a pretty nice candidate for Strangling Spores. I'm 1 mana off being able to rebuy anything with the Salvager here. I mean, I can bring back value cards out of my graveyard. Like that cat. Just think Sarkhan's is going to blow up my cat. Could Risen Reef Bone Splinter. Strangling Spores for mana efficiency. I would like to develop board more. I just don't know if I can. All right, let's see what. Excuse me. Let's see what our Risen Reef does for us. All right. Any reason not to swing with the 6/6? I don't think so. I'm happy to eat the thing for free if he wants to give it to me, and he's not going to, of course. And then I'm going to Strangling Spores now when he has no mana to pump it. Already played 4? Haven't played 4. So I could wait, but I can't Blown Splinter on his turn because it's a sorcery. Never mind. So we're just going to do this now. Do I want to play this out? I do. Okay. I don't know what that means. Neither of his cards interact with our board. That seems very unlikely. I don't need to play this. I'm happy with our board state. I'll play out the axe, I guess, and start swinging. I guess this could be like Capture Sphere. I've got mana to move it around if he does do it. So let's move it to the 6/6. He has Capture Sphere. It's annoying, but there's not a lot of other spells that kill this right now. I'd rather get the damage in. Let's go swing for 9. Are there flash creatures I need to be? It was Capture Sphere. It's pretty fucking irritating. But okay. Gives us a good target for Bone Splinters. If I could play Cat right now, we'd be fucking set, but I can't. Do I want to salvage any of this back? I don't think so. I think I might want to soul salvage like a slow combo. So like soul salvage is like probably Simulacrum here. Okay. Wish I could play the cat is all. Maybe I shouldn't have played the axe just because I didn't count mana properly. Because the cat on the board here to deal with unsealing would be great. I could have fucking transferred the Marauder's axe too. All right, first day back. I'm just gonna deal with the fact we're punting a lot. I go to face. Oh Jesus. Okay. Does this thing have haste? No. Does that do 6 damage to face too? Yeah, it does. All right. So I can Bone Splinter, Salvager, Bone Splinter. That works. We're at the mercy of his top decks. If he top decks I mean, it's always going face if he gets the answer. We'd really like to get this out. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana to Bone Splinter Salvager. We have to block, but it's a 4/3 reach. We can block that. We have a 1/1 to tank it. That seems fine. He might be able to bounce that. That one is trample. Okay. All right, we need him to blank. If he draws a land here, we're okay. If he draws removal or a shock, we just lose. Damn, I think that was a pretty high percentage of the time we survive. We come back from here. But if his top deck is shock after he's just gone, what was that? 4/4/2. He had us in the face for 10 last turn. Yeah. Okay. I can't beat these top decks. If it's gonna be key into fucking shock top decks, I don't know what to say. It just feels rude. All right, so what could we have done differently? We screwed up the Marauder. Then moving the Marauder's axe that turn, it wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever. What else did we screw up? Anything? We missed the land drop, but we can't do anything about that. Kept a 3-lander. Pretty aggressive about protecting our life total. I don't know what else I could have done there. So I'm sure there are misplays somewhere. I don't see them from that. Okay. All right. 1 and 2 now. Feels bad. That seems like really good draws, man. Okay. It's M19, 20, and 21, Victor. 2/1 flash creature. Cast it as an sorcery. Okay. Hey, Hoya. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Anyone see any really big flaws in gameplay from last match? Or are we just dealing with unfortunate circumstances? Wow, okay. We've moved back in the quality of our opponent. I would like more mana, but it doesn't immediately impact this, and I actually want this off the board. I hate to give up this, but I'm okay with it. Don't feel like taking 3 damage randomly. Maybe I should have waited 1 more turn because it's his whole turn. Maybe that would just be fine to take 3 there. I don't know. I hate giving up the mana dork. I don't know if that was bad or not. It just feels fine to me. All right. Get in for 3. Run out cat. Opponent's mana screwed. Also, I mean, he might not actually be bad. Maybe, I don't know. He played this as a non-flash creature. I don't know. Tough to say. So I didn't get mods to start a prediction, huh? Failures. Discarding white cards, so he's mana screwed. I'd actually like to draw some lands here. Seems good. Opponent's probably thrilled that every card we see we top. Yeah, opponent's missing white here. He discarded a white card. So someone just played a game of MTGA. Probably a fairly early game in their career, just judging on performance so far. And got brutalized by lands. Do you think he will be back to MTG? Is that on board right now, right? Did I also remove this? I think we just take an extra turn and kill him. Okay. Poor guy. All right. Never drawing the lands is the worst part, or drawing too many. Lands are definitely a bitch in this game. Although I felt like the recent constructive formats have actually been pretty decent with making land variance a lot lower. You can still get mana screwed out of your games, but I feel like constructed right now has a lot of things to do with mana and flooding. Yeah, our Omen speakers got in with the big beats. I have a lot of ways in my deck to fix land screw. I got a couple. I don't have a lot. All right. Blue, green, no black, playable cards. Seems fine. Going first or second, I didn't even notice. I feel like this is the best card in our deck. First. Ooh, that's such a good draw. Going first, mana dork, that draws us a card. This card is incredible. What do you think? Lightning Strike? Shock? Nothing. Oh, that's amazing. All right, 5 mana next turn then. Probably just remove and get in. Or a Spider. do you think it's gonna be? Elvish Rejuvenator, also ramp, okay. Need block, of course. You know, I'm pretty sure this card doesn't have to be on the board for its stuff to take effect. I'm pretty sure it's just like in the background. It's annoying. So what we needed was our land drop. I don't love being on the block here. I think if he, is it a trample, 5/4 trample? Okay. No exile effects that I've seen for us, unfortunately. Another Rejuvenator. Yeah, so it was acting Victor. I was pretty sure it did, but I wasn't entirely certain. He just got his white splash out. When it enters the battlefield, what does it do? Okay. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red elemental token that gets deal 1 damage to any target as a sacrifice. Okay. So if he blocks with everything, what is that? It's 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6 off the thing. I'd trade his whole board for that, though. Shit, didn't mean to go to combat there. It's a mistake. Actually meant to transfer the axe first. Now I can only attack with this. So I'm expecting him to gang block with the shaman, but he might not. He might just counterattack. Okay, if you're gonna block with that, why don't you block with them all? Doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Blocks more, he loses more stuff, but he kills this, right? Because he's got 3 more power. 1, 2, plus the sack put ping. I guess if he knows what my hand, maybe it's the mistake is thinking that he knows my hand, so I'm giving him too much credit. It just feels like, you know, like, I don't know, those 1/1 bodies don't seem super relevant to me there, and it feels like you want to play around what you can. So he could have played around Strangling Spores there, although he's obviously not going to play around a Titanic Growth there. I don't know. It feels bad though. He can't sack ping, doesn't it? Why not? It's just sacrifice, right? Okay. So this is a 1 mana activate, so we can get value. We can get value out of this still. So just attacking in with this for 8. He's not going to block it. Oops, tried to cancel that, didn't work. Okay. So I could get in with the 4/4 as well. If we want. He obviously gang blocks that. I think I'd rather just swing here. Not super worried about flyers. Stream sniping's pretty common, but I expect it to be. I'm not too worried about it. 5 damage, what is it? 5 damage to target creature, destroy all equipment attached to it. Okay. Still doesn't have mana for its Brontodon. Getting punished by tap lands, I love it. Alright. Why did I not... Oh, it's only my end step, so it can't grow on their turn. That's kind of annoying. It's at 8. I've got how much mana? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm 1 off by rebuy. This is the last turn I'm going to get value out of Marauder. I think this is just swing both. Like that. I don't care if I make trades here. Like, for example, if he gang blocks the Mauler, I'll kill... Oh, that's fine. That's an interesting way to do it. Wouldn't you Rejuvenator plus Brontodon to block the Mauler? Isn't that better? He wants to keep this thing, I guess. I think I want another threat on the board before I want recursion. So I'm going to run out the Ooze. And while he's tapped, I don't want to lose this to like a direct damage spell. So I'm going to just eat a couple of the cards out of his graveyard. Here, maybe I should have left that one. But I'll just do it now. It's fine. Okay. Doesn't want to take 4, but yeah, I guess. That's true, I guess. What does this thing do? Alright. 1 card left in his hand. I'm okay with anything except the spider for the golem bird, but that's probably still okay. Do I attack with anything besides the Ooze? Ooze threatens lethal. You can block it with the 2/1, ping nothing. I don't think I get any value attacking with that spider. All I think it does is trade off with the bird grabber. I don't give a fuck about the bird grabber. So I think it's just attack Ooze. He only has 4, 5, 6 power. So I'll survive with the Ooze if he tries to kill it. And he can't not block it. So that's fine. No trample, unfortunately. He doesn't take any damage. I'm at 24. It seems like a good number to deal with that. Alright. So, I want these 2 back. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. I could get a counter on the cat, but I'd rather have a 6/6 trampler out right now. Okay. You have to double block spider? No, you can just block it with the 2/1 and then ping it, right? Oh, is it a sacrifice? So it's not a ping on death, it's a sacrifice. Oh, no, you're right. I've been thinking of this as +1 damage, but it's instead he's got to sack it. Okay. Yeah, he could have pinged his own creature and got a 1/1 and a 1 life. It's kind of annoying. Now on a plus note, two, 3, 4. Do I also attack with spider here? I think I do. Okay. I mean, it was a pretty good turn for him, the Primal Might, Victor. So I don't give him a card, just does 4 damage there, doesn't give him any life, he takes 6. Do I have Bone Splinter or anything this turn? So he's lost his ability to draw from his deck. He's still got this little thing holding on, but this thing doesn't do anything for him alone. I think I'd rather remove it next turn. So if he gets removal, this card, it's going to suck to have this one. I think that's still fine. You can just chump the other ones. I'd rather have the damage on the Trampler, which I guess I should have done pre-combat. No, it died on something. It died on the thing. Yeah, okay. All right, got there. I got a pee chat, and then we'll do our next match. Back in a second. All right. Let's go. All right, we haven't really had our first pack one, pick one be impactful, which is kind of annoying. We've drawn it once after we were already dead. It's kind of bad. Be nice to get a, whatever it is, Palooka worm, whatever it's called. Winning would be really nice. All right. Palaka, that's right. Are we being a fool, chat, for running 17 lands? I hear in best of one, you're supposed to risk it all on the hand smoother. How does that math work out? We have a command. I don't know what the fuck it's called. We have a land command here. Does anyone remember it? We could probably dig it up. Yeah, it's one of these. Fuck. That might be it. There you go. MTG mana. Look at that. Nice. That's the math logic behind it. Mostly, Kurt. The problem is there's also a hand smoother in best of one. And for whatever reason, Wizards in their I guess I don't want to start by insulting the company. In their infinite wisdom, have decided that there will be no best of 3 ranked draft, to my understanding. So you can only best of 1 if you want to play ranked for drafting. So I tried everything else. I tried MTG land, MTGA land. I just didn't get MTGA mana. Okay. All right, so we had that. Dude, I'm salty about that top deck shock to the face turn game. All right, perfect lands again. Dude, this is like the same hand we've had every single time. No 2 drops, no 3 drops. We're going first this time. Have to draw a land. It's great if we do. Yeah, we're first here, so it's a little bit better in terms of that timing, so long as we draw a land inside, what is it, 4 draws? 3 draws? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. We want to go first with a hand like this, though, I think, in general, Victor, because we get tempoed out here. We got tempoed out by a fucking stupid bomb last time, if you remember that do 2 damage bomb with this hand. 2-1, alright. Now, it would have been great to draw a 2-drop or a 3-drop here, but this hand is still just fine as long as it doesn't add too much more. All right. So, unfortunately, it's a 2 toughness creature. Quite a lot that can remove it. Library Larcenist lets him draw cards. We got punished. If it wasn't shock, we could have potentially run out of 3/3. Get 2 draws out of land here, which would be great. A lot of little tiny evasive creatures. So Cat Sovereign's kind of a bomb here. Feline Somber is a 2/3. I think this is 2/3 Rabid Bite the 1/2. That's what I think this is. Which feels fucking terrible, but I need him to stop drawing cards. And I need to gum up the board a little bit. And I don't really care about the cat. And we want to double spell as much as possible. We have double spells here or here next turn if we hit a land. Now, it'd be lovely to have Omen Speaker this turn for that, but I don't have quite enough damage doing that. So this, I guess, is a combat trick. Still fine. The cat's just designed to die. Make him waste cards, slow the damage down. Seems good. Aeonia. All right. Sure. Need a land here pretty badly. Well, that's actually probably the next best thing, which is a second playable card this round. I'm going to get 4 scries though, and I'm probably leaving any land on top right now. I can't even double spell next turn with it though. I just bottom them both. Getting back in form with the core set? Yeah. So 6 better than 5 here. We get a little bit better mana here. The green-black as opposed to a green. I know the cards I'm going to have. I don't think it makes any fucking difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want 2 lands? Do we play this so we can keep her back the bite and bite again at 7? I think 2 lands is insane. I think it's just this. Okay. Salvage your next turn. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You mean this guy? I know what you mean. Alright, problem is he can jump these, right? So I'm still taking 4 per turn off these because they can jump. Worse, they can give jumps to other things. So this is why I was wondering if maybe it should have been double lands on top. So I could salvage her and bite the turn after. So like this next turn could be strangled, followed by the other one. 4/3 ogres. Okay, that's good. Didn't double jump, so I'm not taking 4 in the air right now. I think I'm fine to Strangling Spores. I think I'm fine to do it right now. Am I expecting am I expecting any two? There is negate in this format. He could have negate. It's definitely a worse card to draft than like Essence Scatter and play main, but it's still okay. Combat Trick would get there, but he had a Combat Trick. Presumably he's attacking with one of the Glide Masters. I think I just kill this. Why did I return to MTGA? Because I'm looking for a game right now and I felt like playing. Seems like a reasonable reason to play a game. It's a little bit irritating. But if his whole turn is to play out a 4-3 again, I think I'm pretty good with that. Can get him for 2 if he wants here. He needs something that blocks flying. Didn't want to get him for 2. So we did draw that land anyway, so we currently can Salvager plus play out Bite again, but Bite doesn't, I mean, it only kills the 2/1s. One mana off double spelling, but not really. I could Salvager bring back Spores, but I can't double spell with that. I think having a 3/3 on the board is just better than having the 2/2, even with the card recursion right here. I guess if he starts jumping the fucking turret ogre, it's a bit of a pain. But he'll spend his mana doing that next turn, and then we buy it back and kill it. I don't think the 2/2 is good enough. It broadcasts what I'm doing before I'm doing it and gives him time to react, Victor, and I just really don't like it. He's got something on 3 mana. He's just decided about doing something. Another bounce spell, possibly? Now, at the moment, I'm taking 4 per turn. See, the other annoying part is I actually don't want to remove the fucking turret ogre. I want to block the turret ogre. What I want to remove are these Glide Masters, but he's got 2 of them out. Yeah. 6 to the face feels bad. Sure. Maybe we ought to be playing our fucking plummet. I don't know. That's a good one to draw. Dead to a oh, it doesn't have to be dead to a shock though. I can remove both the Glide Masters right now. Well, the problem, Victor, if I get the most value out of these maulers is I go to 2. Because I can't remove, I only have like 3 removal spells in the deck. I can't remove every creature he plays, and he can jump every creature he plays. So what I actually have to do is I have to remove the fucking 2/1s. Can't even get in with the Mauler because I'm forced to block. Don't like that there's a decision here. Is it another bounce? It's another fucking bounce. That's a miserable experience. So now I have to kill the turret ogre, right? And I'm in a pretty rough shape here because go to 6, can't block that, have no removal. And he's got 2 more unblockable creatures next turn. So I think we're pretty fucked here. I needed him not to have second bounce there. Draw. Okay. Worm would be a nice draw here. Yes. Drawing our primary green card would be very nice. Be very good to draw the card. That's a fucking scam. All right, one more draw. Never lucky, I guess. All right, perfect mana to play us. We can't deal with this. It kills us next turn. I have no way to block flyers. We've already drawn our cards. We can't kill him. Rip that one. Yeah. Oh, I'm a little salty about that. Okay. This has got to be drafting errors then. Because we're not... I don't think it's a series of play errors, but it feels pretty fucking bad. Okay. Yeah, we never drew our Palaka Worm, for sure. We're going to draft again. It's a bit of a rage draft. Okay. Don't be salty. I'm pretty salty about that. We don't control variants. Yeah, but but that's kind of wrong, right, Hoya? Because the ultimate conclusion you get to sooner or later is what I really want to be doing is playing games with less variants, right? You get there sooner or later. Okay. All right. Pack 1, pick 1. It's pretty medium. So Hieromancer's Cage is removal that hits everything, but is expensive, slow, and gets hit by all the other, all the enchantment hate. Not that there's a ton of enchantment hate in the format. There's some. More artifact hate, it feels like. And then Izarith. Izarith kind of half recurs things out of your graveyard. If you attack with her and pay mana equal to the casting cost of the card you want, you can recur a card directly from your graveyard to the battlefield. Izarith, she's a 3-mana 3/3 Death Toucher, so it's not like she's bad. It's just, I don't know. Black hasn't seemed very good thus far. She's slow and real situational. She's fine. I think that's probably better. I don't think she really constitutes a bomb. Cut white really hard with this. I mean, cut black with that pick too, but I don't know. It's pretty close. Izarith is, what's her face, fine. That's a really solid card in M19. I don't know if it's a solid card with everything else though. So that would be the black card. Druid of the Cowl is very good. This card is like a fucking straight bomb in M19. Angel's really good too. I'm gonna grab that and then see if there's enough. Golem Motivator is really solid with the red-white wide deck. Not amazing. So that would be our third black removal. Second black removal plus Izarith. This card doesn't do anything. The cards here are, this is black, Falcon, and Motivator. If we're trying to go aggro here. Boros was so good in M19, but I don't know how it fared in M20 or M21, and only our first pack is M19. Punish. All right, so what do we want here? Ages of the Heavens is a scam. Knight's Pledge is pretty bad. Second Motivator's really pushing it. There's an Explosive Apparatus and an Act of Treason. Feels way too early to be picking up Act of Treason to me. Could speculate randomly on another color, but what's the best card in a different color? Rejuvenator? I mean, I guess Apparatus goes face. I guess. Do we want second Motivator? Is it good enough? Draw 2 of these motivators and you're perpetually upset about life. I'm just going to take the apparatus. We'll see.
You have returned.
Instigator's right where we want to be. Pretty happy to see that. Thank you, EA Arkham, for the 34 months. Swiftclaw's fine, but not good. Thud's interesting. This is the type of deck that would play a Thud. It's probably, is it going to be there? What do we have? 8? There's 10 here. Might wheel. True to the Cow super late. We could have 2 of these. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling this Heroic Reinforcements, Hieromancer's Cage, Goblin Instigator deck. I'm going to grab the Swiftclaw. Lava Axe. So we don't really want a fuck ton of dual lands in a deck like this. I take first Lava Axe. Would I take it over first Storm Quarry? You don't want tap lands in an aggro deck very often. They kind of fuck up your curve. And we're not really planning to splash unless this deck gets a lot slower. I take first Lava Axe. Not very excited. Alright. Declare Dominance, another excellent M19 card. This Ogres, whatever. Crash Through is actively bad. Blue if we want to try to fit in blue somewhere. We take the Ogre or speculate? Are we enough down an aggro deck to play it? I mean, we picked all aggro cards. Kind of would just like to have good card selection then. Grab the Ogre. Trumpet Blast ×1. I prefer the white one, but I'd like this over nothing. Is Dragon Egg worth anything for us? I think it's worth it red-black. Don't really feel like it's worth it red-white. Take first Trumpet Blast. These packs, it's tough to say. Red-white aggro is super powerful in M19, but that's the last of those formats that I actually played. I'm never playing any of these cards, so I'm just going to deny the Pioneer, I guess. Like, drafting for denial is entirely pointless. Take a random Fire Elemental, it's fine. Egg's the opposite of aggro, for sure. Well, it is if you can't find some value way to sack the egg. Because that little 2/2 pumpable dragon flyer that comes out of the egg is actually super value. Like that Village Rights play our opponent did a couple games ago on the dragon egg was really nice, right? That was very helpful for his aggro play. I'm not playing Catalyst Elemental. Play the first Act of Treason. Rejuvenator last. Wow. So we haven't actually seen very much in the way of white cards. Even though we cut white super hard. Pick 1, pick 2. We're not stuck to white. Our 2 strongest cards are white, actually. Well, strongest, maybe. Swiftclaw is definitely replaceable, but Heroic Reinforcements is insanely powerful, and Hieromancer's Cage is the best removal. The only removal we picked up, and also hits everything. It's slow is the only downside. White can be a splash. We'll see. I mean, it certainly can. We could do red-black. Splash that. I gotta get like that's one of the harder things to remember in draft. Honestly, is to stay open as you're drafting. And I haven't been playing again long enough to really feel that quite yet. We'll see. Let's see what pack 2 gives us. Fry. Birdcatcher. Protector. What is Gauntlets of Light? Enchant creature. 0/2. Combat damage, toughness rather than its power. That seems really bad. Bag of Holding. We need discard to synergize with that. We got beat by that the other day. Or I did. Huh, that's pretty fucking interesting. Too bad it's not flash. It's pretty good though. We got just a white solid 2-drop and a 2/3 flyer. This is slow. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Griffin gets +1/+2. I mean, that's reasonable. I mean, this card seems good too. It's really annoying to have 2/2s that can sometimes first strike. I think it's Griffin over the Inquisitor. Griffin's just a lot slower at 4. We need our 2s really badly. But it does seem good, right? It doesn't say it just does it once. If we're like doing something like Instigator or something, we get +2. Field of the Dead. It's not going to help us. What's the Drake? 1/1 protection from red. Then Corpse Knight. Battalion Foot Soldier. Enters the battlefield. Search for... Okay. We can search for more of these. It's a nice value card. It's a very expensive 1/3. Chandra's Outrage seems good. Yeah. Okay. Take removal. Ringleader and Berserker. Berserker was interesting. A 1/1 that becomes a 3/1 attacking is fine. Protection from white's nice too. I see another outrage there. Is it too slow for second outrage? I think we'll take second outrage before we worry about it. The fact it does a little bit of face damage while removing is kind of nice. All right, we need 2 drops pretty badly. Air Elemental is solid. Feels like 3/2 flyer that heals me for 4 is nice for racing, I guess. But our deck already feels slow. Would we rather Scorcher? It synergizes with our bird for what it's worth. Helps with going wide. Feels like exactly what we want. Okay. I don't think that angel's coming back. Colossal Hammer. Okay. Alright, another Fire Elemental. What is this thing? 6/5 Menace sounds pretty nasty. It's probably an upgrade over the Fire Elemental. Curved topper either way. Glaring Aegis is okay. We locked white-red. We really shouldn't be, but I feel like I am kind of tunneled white-red right now. I don't want second Fire Elemental. Surely 6/5 Menace beats Fire Elemental. Does Gleaming Aegis beat Predator? I don't know. Aegis seems like it'd be okay. Another Berserker. Chandra's Embercat. An elemental spell or a Chandra Planeswalker spell. I think we have 1 elemental. 2 elementals. Huh. We need 2/2s we need 2 drops, but this seems like a better 2-drop. It's an axe there, which is nice. And there's an inspired charge. Fuck! Those are all good. I think for me it goes Berserker, maybe Charge, Embercat. Charge is definitely an upgrade to Trumpet Blast, but might be replaceable. We're like a mid-range. Dude, these cards are incredible. Why are they still in here? Both of them. We already have slow removal. Like what we don't want to have in a red-white aggro deck is a handful of 5-mana removal. Is there any way I could take just elementals here? I think we're too far away from green. This is pack 2, right? 1/1 double strike. We don't actually have combat tricks, really. We just have the one. I wonder if green was where... I mean, green feels like where we should be now at the back half of the pack, but I'm not sure we ever got there. And 2 mana or a 3 mana card? Take the Fencing Ace. Maybe we'll end up more combat tricks, I guess. Fry is a scam. There's the Aegis. Auras work out okay with things like for double strikers. There's the Foot Soldier. I didn't know there were 2 passing around. Probably should have been paying attention when I take it over Dragonfire Vial. Yeah. Okay. Alright, how's the deck looking? Pretty medium. Ringleader. Do we have goblins? 1, 2. 2 goblins. Sometimes that will hit. There's a 2/1 flyer. There's a 2/1 for 2 and a 2/2 haste for 4. Okay. Carcisia, thank you. Embercat wield. It's too bad. Primal Might, what is this thing? Kinetic Augur, 4 mana, X star 4 trample, number of instant and sorcery cards in our graveyard. Huh. That's interesting. 5 mana Reclamation Sage is a bit slow for us. Right colors, Sure Strike's fine. The Augur seems decent, man. The Acolyte is good. Which one's Acolyte? I didn't see this card. 4 mana, 2/3 and lifelinker. It is pretty good, actually. Is it better than these? I think it's better than that. This feels like it wants blue-red. We have a fair number of instant sorceries is all. I'll try Acolyte. Another 4-drop for sure. Okay. Okay, Siege Striker. Random Legion's Judgment. There seems to be a fair number of 4-power creatures in this format, especially with equipment. Fur of the Bitten is something we get. I'm going to take the Siege Striker and then hopefully wheel that. Okay. Enforcer, 3 mana, 2/3. Swift Response. Ogre, Turret Ogre on a 4-drop. Turn to Slag. It's an interesting one. There's a lot of equipment floating around. Is that good enough to upgrade Reduce to Ashes to whatever the fuck this is? Maybe? It's a Meteorite. Dude, this does... Oh. It's a mana rock that does damage. Enforcer, do we need a 3-drop? I don't have flying creatures, so I can never use that ability. It's a 3 mana, 2/3. You like Swift Response? Dude, I don't know. 2/2 Vigilant Dog. Defiant Strike, pretty solid with what we're playing. Sure Strike and a Doubles. What is this thing? Why is a 5 mana 3/3 Flying Prowess additional text on it? Scry 2 still in the pack. People being very, very good. Do we have enough 2-drops? Really, no. I still want to take Defiant Strike. Seems excellent with all the first strike we have. Yeah. Anointed Chorister. 1/1 lifelink. This guy grows. I like that card. This thing's excellent too. 2/1 trample, eats things. Not excellent. It's okay. Card seems okay as well. Annoying to race. I mean, we're not going to have tons of mana with 5 mana removal spells, but we might if we draw that later. I like them to eat cards to get value though. Super, super interesting. 3 mana 2/2 tap to add 2. That's a cool card. Stuff we don't care about. What does this do? Secure the scene. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white soldier. Ew. Like untempo removal. Taking that guy. Seems good, man. Okay. Griffin Airy. Nope. Nope. Yup. Nope. Alright. Put a +1/+1 counter on bird, cat, dog, goat, ox, or snake. Do we have any of those cards? It's another Hobble Fiend. A weird. Is the weird interesting? I like this card. I like the threat this card poses. I don't know about that. Ember Cat. We have a couple cats. We have Cat Warrior, Elemental Cat. I don't know if there are other things in there. Take a Sure Strike here and be happy about it. Is that a Cat Cleric? Sure is. We had 3 cats, chat. I think it was good enough to take if we had known. I don't know if it was good enough over the other cards, but it might have been just playable. Seems insanely clunky. We'll take another Ogre, I guess. Take another Sure Strike. Am I playing 2? Very likely. Okay. Think it will come back? I don't think so. All right. So we didn't get a whole lot to advance our going wide strategy, did we? Just the one fucking Instigator. Probably what's happening here is... Or not, yeah, Instigator. All right, what's our creature count? Like insanely not good. 20 before cuts. How many cards do we need to cut? Like 1 million? 54. All right, things we don't need. Don't need 3 5 mana kill things. Don't need 2 elementals. I don't know about the Lava Axe. It's got a nice reach. I don't want to play 2 fire elementals and the Predator. Elementals are elementals though, and I'm not sure this. I think the Predator might be worse when we have both Cat and this is 1 mana less. I'm not sure if 5/4 versus 6/5 is very different when I don't have Trample. Feels like someone next to me is drafting white. Possibly. We cut the first 2 white cards, so they shouldn't have fucking been drafting white. But I guess they could have been. I mean, we did pass an Angel of Dawn, like pack 1, right? Rift is not something I want to be playing. It's a lot of 4 mana cards. It's a double white too. I'm not sure about this Acolyte. I might have been baited into it. All right, what else in here? So we got this and the Lava Axe for reach, potentially. We could do it. Battalion Foot Soldier is a lot less exciting when I have only 1 in my deck. This is a worse Ogre, right? All right, how many tricks are we playing? Kind of want every one of those cards. Is that bad? Explosive Apparatus is very slow. So if I took these out, it's 46, still not there. All right, what's the next round? Turn to Slag. This is reach. This is cheaper removal. This card seems strong if we ever can play it. I actually feel like we're gonna want mana. I want 1 trump. I don't know if we're wide enough for Trumpet Blast to be a good trick for us. It's good with First Strike and it's good with tokens. We have a little tiny bit of tokens, but we're not gonna Heroic Strike and Trumpet Blast. We don't want both of those in our hand. I think I might just rather play Sure Strikes than a Trumpet Blast here. This deck didn't really pan out to be a Trumpet Blasty deck. It's a nice threat because it's a big chunk of damage out of nowhere, but it's just a dead card in your hand so often too. Anything else we get rid of for sure here? This card seems quite bad. This card seems really questionable. What is this, 3? We don't need 17 lands. I'm going to go down to 16 here. Even 16 is maybe too many. I don't know, we've got 5 drops. Maybe it's not too many. What does this card do? Tap other creatures.
You have returned.
Do we need 2 Fire Elementals, chat? Hey, Zira.
There seems to be a silver emblem manifesting on your forehead.
Yeah, yep. That's planned. So I'd rather instant speed than this, although it's nice for pressure. Turn to Slag feels like it has some value in some matches. Is 5 better than 4? Barely. Maybe. Okay. Maybe one of these 2 drops. We have 6 2-drops. Thrill of Possibility is maybe too greedy. 6 2-drops, 4 3-drops, and a 1-drop. It's got to be one of these fucking 4-drops, right? Is it Thrill? You're worried about the Gorger Weird. So every combat trick is an instant or sorcery, of which we have 3. Every removal, except for the Hieromancers. I don't know. I like having 3 drops here too. Kind of want it for curve. I don't really want to bring back. I think Weird has got to be better than Battalion Foot Soldier. I'm really concerned about the double white on Acolyte, but it's so nice to be doing that, to just be like summon a creature that develops the board a little bit and makes another attack go through. You know, like the ogres? Ogres are okay. Chat, what do you think? Are we just going to have good draws so we don't have to worry about Thrill of Possibility? Seems totally reasonable. Okay. So no fixing. Cage hits on Weird. Is it not? Yeah, it's non-creature spell. Actually, yeah. We have 2 out. Yeah, I mean, we got a fair number, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits for that. It's probably on average a 3/3. It's probably fine. All right, I think we're here, and we'll call this one baited. We're definitely going to flood with 6 lands here. I don't think I can go lower than 6 when I need to hit 4 drops so consistently, though, right? 4/2s get blown up easily? Sure, but they also put out a lot of pressure. I mean, what would you prefer? I go down to a 3/2 for the same mana cost? It's not even a 3/2, it's a 2/2. Seems like an easy no. All right. Let's go.